tech companies have come under fire over allegations of anti-conservative bias. Now, a leaked internal memo from Google shows the allegations may actually be true. Here's One America's Jack Posobiec.
Really excited here to have on One America News the Breitbart Tech senior reporter, Alan Bukhari. You have a massive scoop today on Google. Tell me what it's all about.
Breitbart News was leaked a document from inside Google. It's an internal briefing describing and admitting that Google has shifted towards censorship in recent years. The title of the document is The Good Censor.
Wow.
And it describes how and why Google and other tech platforms, including Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, have to move towards censorship.
So this is a deliberate strategy, and I've read the document myself, and they're using the word censorship.
Well, Google said the document is just research and it doesn't reflect company policy. That doesn't make sense to me as an explanation because the briefing is a description of company policy. It says this is where things are going, this is the direction of travel, this is where things are moving, this is where we need to move if we want to accomplish certain things. And the three top things I'd say the briefing reveals: one, they admit they are shifting towards censorship, and Silicon Valley as a whole is shifting towards censorship. Two, they admit that they, Twitter and Facebook, now control the majority of online conversations. And three, they make the business case for censorship. They say you need to censor in order to protect advertisers from controversy, and you need to censor in order to maintain global expansion.
When President Trump, all the way back in 2016, accused Google of actually doing this, of censoring the results or changing the algorithm so that negative news against Trump would be highlighted, positive news against Hillary, they smeared him for this. They said he was lying. But this document actually kind of proves that he was telling the truth.
Well, actually, they smear him in this document. They say that was a conspiracy theory. And yet, in the same document, Google is discussing moving towards censorship in response to political events, including the 2016 election and the rise of Alternative for Deutschland, now Germany's largest opposition party. So they're discussing censoring their own platforms directly in response to political events. And that's another thing Google has denied publicly.
In terms of their censorship, in terms of their allowing certain things to be on their platform, certain things not to, does that then get them into a legal situation as regards to Section 230 of the U.S. Communications Act?
It does, and just to briefly explain that, Section 230 is the part of law that grants platforms legal immunity from content posted by their users. So if a user of Twitter or Google or YouTube posts something defamatory, Google doesn't get sued. But if you're a publisher where you're making editorial decisions about what type of content goes up in the algorithm, what kind of content comes down, who gets banned, who doesn't get banned, the more you do that, the more you become like a publisher, and publishers are held liable for content that they publish. And in this briefing, Google admits that as they move towards censorship, they're going to be more associated with the role of publisher than platform. And that represents a huge legal worry for these companies. That threatens their entire business model. These platforms now control the majority of online speech. That they initially promised free speech to their users. They said free speech was baked into the DNA of these companies, but that they've moved away from it. So what they're describing really is one of the greatest bait and switches of modern time. You know, they promise free speech to everyone on the internet. That's the core value of the internet.
What do you think the response from the U.S. government or other governments might be in a situation like this?
Well, I certainly think that Section 230 needs to be tightened, and if they are becoming publishers, that would invite test cases. So if someone is defamed on Twitter or YouTube, they can now start filing lawsuits against those companies and start to see where those go.
Alan, I want to say thank you so much for coming on today. Congratulations on the massive scoop. We'll definitely have you on, as I know the series is going to continue.
Thanks for having me on, Jack.
Take care.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.